Hey guys, I decided to slip this episode in before a previously recorded one because Valentine's Day is just around the corner. This episode is about love. And when we talk about love, in my perspective, I'm not really talking about eros, romantic love, or mania, an obsession, but more pragma, endurance, and agape, unconditional. So the first thing that comes to mind when we think of love is usually between two people, and which for many is subjective, aka comes with fine print. But a love that is real, let's say real, is like what Music Soul Child sings about in Don't Change. Through sickness and health, through life changes like bankruptcy and homelessness and depression and whatever else. The love that overcomes any and everything. As a young adult, I had one rule about relationships. They were not strong enough to swim across oceans or time travel. So no matter how much I believed I could love someone, when they leave, the relationship goes with them. Of course, that's not pragma love. That was just my love as a 19, 20-year-old naive individual, right? But there's a scripture that will mop us to the floor when we pose any excuse as to why we don't or can't love. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-6. It's so defiant to what our humanly trained minds and hearts consider the parameters within which love can or will exist. And for that, I consider it both beautiful and terrifying. It goes against every construct we hold. There's no room for impatience, unkindness, envy, boasting, selfishness, dishonor, anger, grudges, lies, deception, mistrust, or intolerance. In other words, love cannot be deterred. It cannot fail. And I think, but that's not what we propose love to be. You see, we are from the era where our love has lifespan, shelf life, and environmental conditions necessary for its prosperity, its thriving. And this is not me saying we're to stay in unhealthy, unkind, toxic situations here. Because above all, there is philia, which is self-love. And the thing that happens in life is we learn how to love others by how we love ourselves. This is why the scripture says to love your neighbors as yourself. It's innate for us as humans to be self-preserving because we love ourselves. Daily we carry out a slew of activities where the sole purpose is self-preservation. We bathe, we eat, we communicate with others, we learn new things, we go to the doctor, etc., etc. But love is patient and kind, so we won't go off the handle for the first misgiving that occurs with someone we love. And we will forgive incidents in the name of love. Likewise, we will grow layers of understanding and new arms and legs of care for the ones we love. And be not fooled. It's not only our hearts that get involved in love, because how we love dictates our behavior, and our behavior isn't controlled by our heart, but by our brains. I have the best family conversations at times, and this week one of the topics was about sharing our lives with others. Now, one perspective posed is that if you're currently troubled for whatever reason, or life season that you're in, why take on another person with their own problems? But here's my perspective, which has always been my perspective. We all come with luggage. We all come with baggage. How, where, and with whom we unpack is what makes life either more difficult or easier. Number 2, points of view is a character defining trait. We can either see someone as the person we will share life with, and they will share our joys as well as our sorrows, or we can see them as someone who will have to take on their burdens and they will have to take on ours. Number 3, if we don't know ourselves, if we don't know how we give and receive love and how we process things, we're not ready to share any of ourselves with others. And number 4, no matter how the world presents love, if we take the definition given by the Bible, we never go wrong. Not only does it tells us how to love our neighbors in general, but it also tells us how a man should treat the woman he's with, and in turn, how she will reciprocate with adoration. It says, love your wife like Christ loved the church. Christ did it all for the church, folks, before there was even a church to do it all for. And listen, I'm a millennial, and arguments about gender roles isn't something I'm keen at getting entangled in. But gone are the days when many things that used to happen. And they may or may not return. Who knows? Growing up, befriending older couples was my thing. I love a good life story, and older couples have loads. But as a romantic, I would always find parts to romanticize. So here's one. Man leaves his young wife and goes abroad. Wife follows after, and they struggle for years to make ends meet while simultaneously their family grows from 2 to, 6. And this is a country with 4 seasons, and it's particularly cold and wet. But this man loves his wife, and they share many years together, and they finally retire back home before they both experience individual illnesses, and he later dies. And of course, she misses him immensely, because no matter how long she lives now, he is the one she has spent and shared most of her life with. She loves him still. They created an ecosystem for their love to outlive either of them. Love does not waver. It doesn't alter when alterations find, which means that even when the one you love grows older, thicker, thinner, forgetful, anxious, sad or sadder, tired, sick, or any other way, love. And notice I didn't say real love. I just said love. Love doesn't change. Love either grows or it dies based on the environment we provide, but it doesn't change. Take care.